Hey folks, Tony here from Rebel Financial. So thanks for tuning in again today. So I've had a number of comments about the increase in Medicare Part B, a whooping 14.5%. So after digging into it a little bit, I thought I would give a good explanation here of why that is. I'm also linking an article from MarketWatch. It's probably the most succinct one that I found. Although you get a few free views at some point, hopefully you won't have to pay for this. You'll be able to see it, but I hope to summarize it well enough here too. So the bad news is 14.5% increase, very big. Social Security was 6.2, but I don't mean to make it sound like the 6.2 is higher, but on a relative dollar amount, it is. It still stinks that it's 14.5, but a couple reasons. One, last year, 2020, with COVID, Medicare Part B was capped. So in other words, this is kind of a 2-year increase. The other thing that we're seeing is increased medical expenses, including more intensive care that's happened, and that is what is reflected in this increase, okay? Lastly, as the article points out, there's been a big drug introduced to Part B. Normally drugs are in Part D, but this is different because it's being administered by doctors themselves, which is what Part B is. And so it's called a Aduhelm, which is for Alzheimer's. It costs a patient in total $56,000 a year, thereabouts, but it will be 20% to anybody who's going to use it. Therefore, your cost as an individual would be $11,200 annually, right? So a huge amount. And that is part of the reason we're seeing this big increase in Part B. So I think we're going to see more like this as drug costs rise, and we're not doing enough to subsidize them. The Alzheimer's is a new drug, so it's going to be expensive, but there's a lot of other drugs that probably don't need to cost as much as they do. Anyway, any comments, any questions, put those below. Otherwise, thanks, and until next time, take care.